Echoes of Wisdom has been advertising the plot of how mysterious rifts have stolen chunks of Hyrule, as well as Hylian citizens and even Link and the King of Hyrule, while more accurately, they've been spirited away, as the Japanese version of the trailer states. But after analyzing the rifts for some time, there are surprisingly a ton of connections between these mysterious voids and Gloom. So in this video, we'll be comparing the two and taking note of the connections they share with each other. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So before we can do any comparisons, we need to understand what each of these substances are and what roles they'll play or will play in their respective games. Let us first take a look at the rifts and what their purpose is in Echoes of Wisdom. Rift, or Sakeme, actually has a lot of definitions, but we'll talk more on that later. Evident by the first trailer, the rifts seem to be caused by Ganon's Triton, which was left behind after Ganon had been defeated by Link. These rifts are characterized by their purplish, red, and blue colors, outlined by a pink line, and have the ability to spread across the land and swallow anything it comes into contact with. Specifically when it comes into contact with a living person, as they are being spirited away, they begin to discolor and turn all gray. For some reason though, this doesn't happen with Link when he is sucked into the trap, but this will be a mystery to attempt to solve another day. One last thing I want to point out is that inside the rifts you can see chunks of land spread across the void of emptiness, but what is even stranger is the fact that Zelda can actually enter these rifts with the help of Tri. And what do you know? There are explorable areas inside, possibly chunks of Hyrule scattered throughout this realm. We will have to wait until the game comes out to fully understand the purpose of being inside the rifts. But now, let's talk about Gloom. Gloom was actually an English term used to replace the Japanese word shoki, which can translate to English words such as miasma, bad air, or toxic gas, to make more sense in the English dialect. Gloom, a stronger form of malice that originates from the Demon King Ganondorf himself, has the power to sap life away from living beings, causing severe illness, as we have seen with Nana from Kakariko Village, or even death. Gloom can actually have two forms, with one form being more concentrated and cluttered around areas such as chasms and in the depths, and the other being more misty and not concentrated enough to harm anyone. So what do rifts and Gloom have in common? Well, let me explain. So we haven't gone over the meanings of sakeme, the Japanese term for rifts. The word sakeme can stand for rip, tear, or chasm. In other words, the rifts are openings or chasms that lead to another world. In Tears of the Kingdom, Gloom is what created the chasm openings all around Hyrule. And where did those lead? The depths, or in other words, another world. Another huge comparison between the two is the fact that the magic or power behind the rifts doesn't just take that form. In the beginning of the Echoes of Wisdom trailer, the first one, Ganon and Link are surrounded by purple mist, which seems to be a less concentrated version of the material that makes up the rifts. And as we discussed before, Gloom can also take a misty and less concentrated form. Also, Gloom has the power to steal life from a living being. And what are the rifts doing? They are stealing the life of Hyrule, or more accurately, spiriting them away, perhaps to a realm beyond life itself. This connection, I admit, is a stretch, but the similarities are there. And those are all of the similarities that I can list, but there definitely could be more connections between the two. Overall, I don't believe that Gloom and the rifts have anything to do with each other lore-wise, but I find it fascinating how similar the two are. I guess we won't know for sure until the game comes out, but in the meantime, thank you so much for watching this short speculation video, and subscribe for more Echoes of Wisdom videos, as well as my Rebuilt Timeline series that is making great progress so far. Also, feel free to join my lair via Discord to chat about Zelda, and follow me on Twitter for casual Zelda posts. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you on our next adventure.